The massive alien ship appeared in Earth's sky without warning. It hung above the blue planet like a metal island, blocking the sun over parts of Asia. People around the world watched their screens in fear and wonder. Admiral Han stood tall in the command center deep beneath Seoul. His gray uniform showed years of service to Earth's United Space Command. The large screen before him displayed the alien vessel, which was 10 times bigger than Earth's largest spacecraft. "They're sending a message," said Lieutenant Kim, her fingers moving quickly across the control panel. "Audio and visual." "Put it through," ordered Admiral Han. The main screen changed to show a strange creature. It had purple skin, 4 arms, and eyes that blinked sideways. Gold markings covered its face, showing its high rank among its kind. "Greetings, humans. I am High Commander Bach of the Galactic Confederacy. We have been watching your planet for some time. Your species has only recently achieved space travel, but you have caught our attention." Admiral Han stepped forward. "I am Admiral Han of Earth's United Space Command. We welcome peaceful contact with other intelligent life." Commander Bach made a sound like stones falling down a metal pipe. The translator said it was laughter. "Peace is always our goal, but peace requires understanding between worlds. We would like to meet with your leaders and discuss Earth joining our confederacy." 3 days later, 12 world leaders gathered in the Global Unity Building in New York. Admiral Han and Captain Sun, his most trusted officer, stood behind them as the alien delegation entered. High Commander Bach walked in first, followed by 6 officers of different alien species. Each looked stranger than the last. Some had tentacles, others had fur, and one seemed to float rather than walk. "Your world is beautiful," said Bach, looking down at the humans from his great height, "rich in water and minerals that are rare in our part of the galaxy." "Earth is open to trade," said President Lee of the Asian Alliance, "but we maintain our independence." Bach's eyes blinked rapidly. "Of course, but small worlds like yours often benefit from protection. The galaxy contains many dangers. We can protect ourselves," said Admiral Han. "Really?" Bach turned to him. "Our scans show you have only 12 military vessels capable of space travel. 12. He looked at his officers, who all made their various laughing sounds. "The smallest member of our confederacy has at least 50 ships." Captain Sun stepped forward. Her black hair was tied back tightly and her dark eyes showed no fear. "Numbers aren't everything, Commander." "In space combat, they absolutely are," said Bach. "One of our battle cruisers could destroy your entire fleet." "I wouldn't be so sure," replied Captain Sun quietly. President Garcia of the Americas stood up. "Let's discuss trade and cultural exchange instead of military matters." The meeting continued for hours. The aliens described their vast confederacy spanning hundreds of star systems. They talked about the benefits Earth would receive by joining advanced medicine, faster-than-light travel technology, and protection from other alien empires. But with each benefit came a cost. Earth would need to provide water, rare minerals, and allow alien military bases on the planet. As the meeting ended, Captain Sun approached Junior Science Officer Min, who had been quietly scanning the room with a small device. "What are you looking for?" Sun asked. Min jumped slightly, hiding his scanner. "Nothing important, just routine data collection." "About our ships?" Sun smiled. "You seem very interested in our fleet." Min's spotted face changed color slightly. "Your vessels give off unusual energy readings, not like any technology in our records." "You should tell your commander about that," Sun suggested. "I tried," Min admitted, "but no one believes 12 ships could be worth investigating. They think your fleet is primitive." That evening, Admiral Han met with Earth's Defense Council in a secure room beneath the building. "They're planning something," Han said. "All this talk about protection is just an excuse. They want our resources." "And they think we're defenseless," added Captain Sun. "They've completely underestimated our ships." General Park, an older man with white hair, nodded. "Let them think that. Surprise has always been humanity's greatest weapon." On the alien mothership, High Commander Bach addressed his officers. "Humans are stubborn, but will accept our terms eventually. Their technology is centuries behind ours. Junior Officer Min raised one tentacle. Sir, about their ships. 12 outdated vessels, Bach interrupted. Hardly worth mentioning in my report. As the alien ship departed Earth's orbit the next day, Admiral Han watched from the command center. Captain Sun stood beside him. They'll be back, she said, with demands rather than offers. And we'll be ready, Han replied. Let them underestimate us. They'll learn soon enough that humanity's ships are anything but ordinary. 3 months passed since the aliens' visit to Earth. For 90 days, the people of Earth waited. Some hoped the Galactic Confederacy had moved on to other worlds. They were wrong. The message came at dawn. Every screen on Earth suddenly showed High Commander Bach's purple face. People of Earth, the Galactic Confederacy has given you time to consider our generous offer. Now we require your answer. His 4 eyes narrowed. We demand 20% of your planet's freshwater reserves and mining rights to your rare minerals. In exchange, we will not destroy your civilization. Admiral Han watched from the underground command center in Seoul. Captain Sun stood beside him, her face showing no emotion. They're not even pretending to be friendly anymore, said General Park. They never were, replied Han. This was always their plan. The message continued. You have 48 hours to agree to our terms. If you refuse, we will take what we need by force. Your 12 pitiful ships cannot stop us. President Lee ended the transmission. Admiral Han, what are our options? Han turned to the room full of world leaders. We show them what those 12 pitiful ships can really do. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a hidden base unknown to the aliens, Earth's 12 ship captains gathered around a round table. Each wore a different colored uniform representing their ship and specialty. Captain Jun of the Phoenix spoke first. His red uniform matched his ship's ability to absorb and redirect energy. My crew is ready. The Phoenix can take their fire and send it back twice as strong. The Thunderchild can phase through their shields, said Captain Min. Her blue uniform was as calm as her voice. We've improved the phasing technology since our last tests. One by one, the captains reported. Each ship had a unique ability unknown to the aliens. The Odysseus could create gravity wells to trap enemy ships. The Prometheus could predict enemy movement seconds before they happened. The Leviathan carried thousands of tiny repair robots. The Sentinel could become invisible to sensors. Each ship represented a different approach to space combat. While other species built hundreds of the same ship, we created 12 unique vessels, said Admiral Han, each with technology the Confederacy has never seen. Captain Sun operated the holographic display in the center of the table. It showed the expected position of the alien fleet. Our scouts report over 300 ships they're gathering beyond Mars. 300 against 12, said Captain Kwan of the Sentinel. They think numbers will win. That's their weakness, replied Admiral Han. They don't understand human history. We have always adapted, found new ways to solve problems. Each of our ships contains centuries of different human approaches to warfare. Captain Min looked at the star map. The Thunderchild will lead the first attack. We'll show them what phase shifting can do to their shields. The Phoenix will follow, said Captain Jun. We'll absorb their counterattack. And the Odysseus will create a gravity well here, added Captain Sung, pointing to a spot near Mars's orbit. Trap as many of their ships as possible. For hours they planned their defense, not just with military strategy, but with the human spirit that had always defined Earth: creativity, adaptation, and courage. In the crew quarters, engineers made final adjustments to the ships. Doctors prepared medical bays. Pilots ran simulations of impossible maneuvers. Every person knew what was at stake. On the morning of the deadline, Admiral Han addressed all 12 crews from the command center. Behind him stood the world leaders, united for once. The Galactic Confederacy believes numbers determine victory, he said. They see our 12 ships and think we are weak. They don't understand that each vessel represents the best of humanity. Our innovation, our determination, our refusal to surrender. They were warned, Admiral Han concluded. Now they will learn that humanity's ships are anything but ordinary. In orbit above Earth, the 12 ships powered up their unique systems. Their engines glowed with different colors: red, blue, green, purple, each representing a different technology. The response to the ultimatum was brief. The people of Earth decline your offer. Leave our solar system immediately. From beyond Mars, High Commander Bach's laughter echoed through space. Prepare all ships for attack. Show these humans what real power looks like. Little did he know what awaited his 300 warships. The battle for Earth was about to begin. The alien fleet of over 300 ships moved through our solar system like a dark cloud. They passed Mars with their weapons ready. On Earth, people watched the sky with fear. The end of human freedom might be near. Inside Earth Command, Admiral Han stood before the main screen. The alien ships appeared as tiny red dots moving closer to Earth. They're entering attack formation, reported Lieutenant Jin. They're spreading out to surround Earth. Admiral Han nodded. Just as we expected. Captain Sun, are our ships in position? Captain Sun checked her console. Yes, sir. The Thunderchild, Phoenix and Odysseus are hidden behind the moon. The aliens haven't detected them yet. Good. Admiral Han turned to face the officers in the command center. We will only use 3 ships for this first battle. Let them think we're holding back out of fear. Let them underestimate us even more. On the main alien ship, High Commander Bach laughed as he looked at Earth's defenses. Their orbital stations have minimal weapons. And where are their famous 12 ships hiding? We detect no human vessels, Commander, said his first officer. Perhaps they have surrendered already. Disappointing, said Bach. I was looking forward to showing them real power. Begin the attack sequence. Target their largest orbital stations first. As the alien fleet moved past the moon's orbit, Admiral Han gave the order. Now. 3 human ships appeared from behind the moon. They were small compared to the alien vessels, but they moved with incredible speed. The Thunderchild, glowing blue with phase shift energy, headed straight toward the EU center of the alien fleet. The Phoenix, with its red hull absorbing light, followed close behind. The Odysseus, green energy pulsing from its gravity generators, moved to the fleet's edge. 3 ships? Bach laughed so hard his 4 eyes watered. They send 3 against our 300? This is an insult. Sir, the lead human ship is on a collision course with us, reported an officer. Let them come. Our shields will destroy them on impact. The Thunderchild accelerated toward the alien flagship. Bach ordered, all forward weapons to fire. Green laser beams shot through space, hitting the human ship directly. But instead of exploding, the Thunderchild began to glow brighter. Its hull shimmered like water. What is happening? Demanded Bach. The Thunderchild passed through the alien flagship's shields as if they weren't there. Then impossibly it passed through the ship itself, its phase-shifting technology allowing it to become partially non-solid. As it moved through the alien vessel, it left key systems damaged in its wake. Alarms blared on Bach's bridge. Weapons offline, engines damaged, shield generators failing. Meanwhile, the Phoenix flew into the heaviest fire from the alien fleet. But instead of avoiding the weapons, it deliberately moved into their path. Its special hull absorbed the energy from the alien weapons. The ship glowed brighter with each hit. The human vessel is storing our weapon energy, reported a science officer in panic. When the Phoenix couldn't absorb any more, it released all the stored energy back at the alien ships, but twice as powerful. 20 alien vessels exploded at once. On the fleet's edge, the Odysseus activated its gravity generators. Space itself seemed to bend around the ship. A powerful gravity well formed, pulling dozens of alien ships toward each other. They crashed together, their hulls crumpling like paper. In just 10 minutes, Earth's 3 ships had disabled or destroyed nearly 100 alien vessels. Impossible, shouted Bach as his damaged flagship drifted sideways. How can they do this? The Thunderchild appeared on his communication screen. Captain Min's calm face showed no emotion. This was just a demonstration, Commander Bach. We have 9 more ships, each with different capabilities. Leave our solar system now. Never. Bach slammed, his fist on the console. All remaining ships regroup, we still outnumber them. As the alien fleet tried to reorganize, Admiral Han sent a message to Earth. Phase 1 complete. The aliens now know we aren't defenseless, but the real battle is just beginning. The 3 human ships retreated behind the moon again, leaving the confused and damaged alien fleet drifting in space. Bach stared at the empty space where the Earth ships had been. For the first time, fear showed in his 4 eyes. What kind of technology do these humans possess? For 3 days, High Commander Bach licked his wounds in the shadow of Mars. Nearly 1/3 of his fleet was damaged or destroyed in the first battle. His officers argued loudly on the command deck of his flagship. "We should call for reinforcements," said Battlemaster Rock. 3 human ships did this much damage. They have 9 more we haven't even seen. Bach's purple face darkened with anger. "I will not report failure to Galactic Command. We still have 200 ships. We will crush these humans." Science Officer Mu approached cautiously. He was smaller than the others, with 6 thin arms that moved constantly. "Commander, I've analyzed the data from the battle. The human ships use technologies we've never encountered." "Explain," demanded Bach. "The first ship somehow shifted its molecular structure to pass through solid matter. The second absorbed energy and redirected it. The third manipulated gravity itself." Mu's voice trembled. "If each of their remaining ships has equally advanced technology..." "Impossible." Bach slammed his fist down. "How could a primitive species develop such capabilities?" On Earth, Admiral Han gathered his captains again. The first victory had boosted morale, but everyone knew the aliens would return stronger. "They're calling for reinforcements," reported Captain Sun. "Our long-range sensors detect signal bursts toward the edge of our solar system." Admiral Han nodded. "Then we don't have much time. They'll return with more ships and new tactics. We should use more of our fleet this time," suggested Captain Kwan of the Sentinel. His black uniform reflected his ship's stealth capabilities. "Agreed," said Admiral Han. "For the next engagement, we'll deploy 5 ships." 5 days later, the alien fleet approached Earth again. This time they moved more cautiously, spreading out to avoid the gravity weapon that had damaged so many ships before. "They're coming in from 5 directions," reported Lieutenant Jin at Earth Command, "trying to divide our attention." "Perfect," said Admiral Han. "Deploy the Prometheus, Leviathan, Sentinel, Horizon, and Guardian." 5 human ships moved into position around Earth. Each looked ordinary from the outside, but contained technology beyond anything the aliens had imagined. The Prometheus, piloted by Captain Ju, used quantum computers to predict enemy movements seconds before they happened. The Leviathan carried billions of tiny repair robots that could fix damage instantly. The Sentinel could bend light around itself, becoming invisible. The Horizon could create short-lived wormholes to appear anywhere in battle. The Guardian generated energy shields that adapted to any weapon. The alien fleet opened fire from all directions. Earth's 5 defenders moved with impossible precision. On the alien flagship, Bach watched in horror as his carefully planned attack fell apart. The human ship seemed to know what his fleet would do before they did it. "The white ship," reported an officer, "it moves before our ships fire as if it knows our commands." The Prometheus dodged every attack, while the Guardian's shields glowed with different colors as they adapted to each new weapon. The Sentinel disappeared and reappeared, causing alien ships to fire at each other by mistake. The Horizon jumped through space, attacking from unexpected angles. And when any human ship took damage, the Leviathan's tiny robots swarmed to repair it. Captain Sun stepped forward. "We are not just fighting for resources or territory. We fight for Earth itself, for our right to determine our own future among the stars." Science Officer Mu studied the battle with growing understanding. "Commander, I think I see what's happening. Each human ship represents a completely different approach to warfare. They don't mass-produce one design like we do." "How is that efficient?" asked Bach, watching another group of his ships explode. "It's not about efficiency," replied Mu quietly. "It's about adaptation. Humans evolved through constant challenge and change. Their weapons reflect their history. For hours, the battle raged across Earth's orbit. By the end, 60 more alien ships were destroyed. The rest retreated once again. On the Prometheus, Captain Ju opened a channel to the alien flagship. "Hi, Commander Bach. You were warned. Earth is not defenseless. We have deployed 8 of our 12 ships. Leave now or next time we will use our entire fleet." As the alien ships limped away, Science Officer Mu approached Bach. "Sir, I've been studying human history. They've survived countless disasters and wars. Each time they adapted and grew stronger. I believe their 12 ships represent 12 different evolutionary paths of their military technology." Bach stared at the blue planet on his screen. For the first time, doubt crept into his mind. How do you defeat an enemy who turns weakness into strength? "Perhaps," suggested Mu, "you don't." High Commander Bach sat alone in his private chamber. The walls around him showed the damage from 2 failed battles against Earth. His once proud fleet now had only 140 ships left. Many were damaged. Morale was low. A soft chime announced, "Science Officer Mu." "Enter," said Bach, not looking up. Mu approached carefully. "Sir, the reinforcements have arrived. 50 more battleships from the Galactic Confederacy." "Only 50? Bach's 4, eyes narrowed. "I requested 200. The High Council is questioning your leadership," Mu said quietly. "They don't understand how a primitive planet with 12 ships could defeat our fleet." Bach stood suddenly, his full height making Mu step back. "Then I will show them. We attack Earth with everything we have. No more careful approaches, full assault." The next morning, Earth sensors detected the alien fleet moving as one massive group. 190 ships in tight formation, heading straight for the planet. In Earth Command, Admiral Han watched calmly. "So they've decided to gamble. Everything." "They're not spreading out this time," said Captain Sun. "No clever tactics, just raw power." Han nodded. "Then it's time to show them our full capabilities." He pressed a button on his console. "All ship captains report to launch stations. We're deploying the entire fleet." For the first time since the conflict began, all 12 of Earth's special ships powered up together. The Thunderchild, Phoenix, Odysseus, Prometheus, Leviathan, Sentinel, Horizon, Guardian, and 4 others that had been kept in reserve. The Chimera, which could change its appearance. The Nexus, which could link ships' systems together. The Helios, which could harness solar energy. And the Artemis, with weapons that could target multiple ships at once. As they moved into formation around Earth, the 12 ships began to glow with different colors. But then something new happened. Beams of light connected them, forming a 12-pointed star. The Nexus was linking their systems, allowing each ship to share its unique abilities with the others. On the alien flagship, Bach watched the display with confusion. "What are they doing?" "Their ships are connecting somehow," said an officer. "Power readings are increasing exponentially." "It doesn't matter," replied Bach. "We still outnumber them. All ships open fire." The space between Earth and the Moon lit up as the alien fleet launched its attack. But the human ships, now linked together, moved with perfect coordination. The Prometheus predicted the enemy. Fire. The Guardian shared its shields with all ships. The Thunderchild's phase shifting protected vulnerable vessels. For 1 hour, the battle raged, but it wasn't a fair fight. Earth's 12 connected ships moved like a single organism with 12 different abilities. The alien fleet, despite its numbers, couldn't adapt fast enough. Then, something unexpected happened. Earth's ships began, broadcasting on all frequencies, not just tactical data, but music, art, scientific knowledge, and historical records. "What is this?" demanded Bach. Science Officer Mu studied the transmissions. "They're sharing their culture, sir. Their history, their achievements, everything that makes them human. Why would they do that during a battle?" "Because," said Mu, understanding dawning in his eyes, "they're not just fighting to win. They're fighting to protect what they've created, what makes them unique." On the Thunderchild, Captain Min opened a private channel to Bach's flagship. "Hi, Commander, this conflict is pointless. Look at what we're fighting for. Not just resources or territory, but our way of life. Our differences. The battle paused as Bach considered her words. Around his ship, 50 more alien vessels had been destroyed. Earth had lost none. The Galactic Confederacy believes in unity through sameness, continued Captain Min. That's why you build hundreds of identical ships, but humanity thrives through diversity. Our 12 ships represent 12 different approaches to the same problem. Science Officer Mu stepped forward. She's right, Commander. We've been conquering worlds the same way for centuries. These humans have shown us something new. For a long moment, Bach was silent. Then, slowly, he nodded. Send a message to all ships. Ceasefire. 3 days later, in the Global Unity Building in New York, Commander Bach signed a treaty recognizing Earth as a sovereign power. The Galactic Confederacy would no longer demand Earth's resources. Your 12 ships defeated our fleet of hundreds, Bach said to Admiral Han after the signing. I still don't fully understand how. The answer is in our history, replied Han. Humans have always faced challenges by trying different solutions. When one approach fails, we try another, and another, until we succeed. As the alien ships departed Earth's orbit, people around the world celebrated. But on distant planets across the galaxy, the news spread quickly. A small world with just 12 ships had defeated the mighty Confederacy fleet. On these worlds, people who had lived under alien rule for generations looked to the stars with new hope. They whispered to each other about the planet called Earth, and its fleet that proved sometimes 12 extraordinary ships could change the galaxy forever.